Okay, so I'm going to quickly show you a little bit about the tools here, the shape tools. So let's say you wanted to make a rectangle. You could just go ahead and draw out a shape here using this. If you press shift, it would make a square. Then you've got your fill and your stroke. So let's say we go into our, if you don't see this, you might have a different setup. So if you don't see it, that's why. And you can always go into your window color and then add your different window panels here, swatches color. All right, so let's just make this black. All right, so then we have the square. So by now, you probably know how to do this because you've been doing those assignments with the squares and now this week with the circles, which you may or may not have done yet. I did want to show you quickly though. Let's just draw a little circle here. So the way I did this is, all right, and actually we can actually, if we click off, all right, so I clicked my arrow there, click off. See how these are both with the line through? That means that there's no fill and no stroke, and that the fill is the one on top and the stroke is not the one selected right now. If I were to click this button, apply color, this fill would become black. You can also click over here to do that. So now, since nothing was selected, when I chose this fill color, when I make a shape, polygon tool, click and drag, it's going to be black. Now I use the shift key there. If I don't use the shift key, it's going to be, not even. So it's going to be oblong. Now let's say we wanted to make a complex shape. So I'm dragging, and if you do the Alt key, it'll pull from the center. So it'll put the anchor point in the center. And then click, drag around. Now, I don't know if you can see this, but hopefully you can. This is the pathfinder and align tabs. Pathfinder is the one I want to review, but align is also extremely handy. So let's say we click and drag, we go to our align tab, and it says align to, if you click this, you can align to selection, align to key object, align to margin, page, or spread. So this is extremely helpful, extremely helpful. I use it all the time, not constantly, but relatively constant. So right now we're going to do selection. When you do your brochure project later, you might have a spread of 2 pages or multiple pages, if you're doing some kind of unfolding thing. And then you could take all your objects across multiple pages, and that would be the spread. And you could align your objects to the top or to the horizontal center or the vertical center or all different kinds of things. So let's click, drag, and I want to, let's say, align to top of these objects. So I want all of them to be, I'm going to click and drag this ruler. I want them all to be along this line. So I could go ahead, align to selection, and click this button, and it'll align the top edges. Now, let's say I wanted them to be evenly spaced horizontally. I could go ahead and click this button, and you can see that the space in between is even. If these objects were evenly sized, it would be more obvious, but since they are multi-shaped, it's going to do the left and right most points. So this distance would be the same as this distance, hypothetically, but it looks pretty weird. It looks like this is bigger. If we wanted to try it again, I'm doing Alt Shift Drag, Alt click Shift Drag to duplicate this object. And let's put this one all the way over here. Whoops. Oh, it's getting angry because I have my windows there. All right. Then we could click drag. All right, let's align. This is going to be aligned because I was using the shift key, but you could align them, click this, and now it's more obvious that they're even. Now, Pathfinder tool, super fun, super fun. Yes, yes, getting loud, Jen, take it down a notch. Okay, so let's say we wanted to make, I'm gonna alt drag this, and I'll drag this, and I'm gonna make this circle smaller. So I sent you a tutorial, and in that one, the dude did like a donut kind of thing. So let's try to do the donut thing and see what happens. So let's just align these. I'm gonna click horizontal center and vertical center. And now if we go to Pathfinder tool, we have all of these options. All right, I'm not going to talk about this right now. This is, you can use this, but let's not do that right now. Pathfinder, so this would join the objects, okay? This would subtract the top object, I believe. Subtract the frontmost object, yeah. This would merge the intersecting paths. This would be the opposite. This would get rid of the object behind. Yeah, minus back, subtract the background object from the frontmost object. So let's say we made this smaller and put that there. And let's align this and see if this works. Okay. Yeah, so it deleted the background object. Now let's take another one, drag this out. And what I'm gonna do is take a square, copy, paste, Command C, Command V. I'm just gonna put this on top of here. But what I wanna do is I wanna make sure I'm gonna drag out a ruler guide to go exactly in the center of this circle, Command plus to zoom in. Okay, so pretty close. Just make sure so usually, to be honest, I would do this in Illustrator, but it's good to know that you can do this in InDesign. You know, there's no reason why you can't. It's here. So let's say I have these two objects. And also the other thing is there's so many different ways to do things. All right, so I have my two objects. We're going to make sure they're each the exact same. All right, 1 inch, 1 inch, right? And we're going to make this double click width, 1 inch and 1 inch. We want to make sure they're the same. That's something we should have. Let's again align these to each other's top edge. And then I'm going to put my circle in the center again. And subtract the front, which would be this one. And there we go, we've got a half circle. So I definitely wanted to show you that while you're working on your assignments this week for the mini projects. Project 1 exercise 6, I believe, has a half circle, and then there's another one that had a bunch of circles. So anyway, so that's awesome, super great. Pathfinder tool is fantastic. And let me stop sharing. Actually, wait, no. Let's just do some fun things. Let's see what would happen if we had these two shapes. See, you can cut out a little moon. Let's see what else we can do. If we did the same thing, 2 overlapping circles, and we did minus back, it would again be a moon. If we did minus front, it would be with this circle. Let's say we move this in closer. Same thing, right? It's going to be a sliver of a moon. And the intersecting shapes, that would be just this area, sort of like a Venn diagram, like the in-between part. And then this would cut out the middle. So that's kind of a cool shape. Ooh, I like that. You know, we can make a little eyeball in there. You know, maybe he's looking around. I don't know what he's doing. Or Mr. Cat. You know, maybe he's having, oh, he had a thought. Oh. Okay, so you get the idea. So you could really like play with this and have a jolly good time. You can make a little, rotate these, you could click the edge and then give him some hair, copy paste, Command C, Command V, drag this up here. Rotate this. I don't want this here. I don't want you there. You move, my friend. Oh, maybe we have a moon in the background. Yeah, let's have a moon in the background. Oh, yeah. All right, let's get out of here. Get out of here, you. Get out of here, you. Okay. Right, so then you could click these three, alt click, drag, and then if you just rotate this, you'd have, maybe he has lots of hair and we could make it all different colors. He has yellow hair, but maybe I want it to be different. Can you see this? I don't know if you can see this because I'm big. All right, so maybe he has light yellow hair. Maybe he has light yellow hair. Okay, I don't like the light yellow hair. That's no fun. Maybe he has, so I'm double clicking on this square here for the fill. Let's not be so traditional today. Let's have him have pink hair. Oh, that's so much better. He has pink hair. And then maybe he has like, I don't know. Maybe he has funny green eyes. He's an unusual character, this guy. So yeah, so there's a lot you can do with shapes. Most of it's probably not going to be as, bless you. Most of it's not going to be probably quite as unusual as this, but yeah. Anywho, I'm going to stop sharing. All right, you guys have a great night. Talk soon.